What's going on, guys? This is Gaishiro. Welcome back. So for our video today, I'm going to present my Sinful Spoils Rescue Ace deck profile. So this deck list particularly went 9-0 on Kai-Duelists Neo League tournaments. So I went undefeated on 3 times locals on our league. And that's why I have decided to make a deck profile for my deck list to have a memorabilia for those short-lived success, and also to inform my viewers on this deck list that I have been cooking for some several weeks now. So yeah, the sinful spoils really made the deck more consistent, and it elevated the ceiling of the rescue ace, and it is now more resilient than ever. And I really think that sinful spoils rescue ace, or rescue ace sinful spoils the other way around, is the best deck right now on the July 2023 OCG format. So yeah, I'm going to put the matchups history on my description on this video. So yeah, let's get started. Let's just have main deck. Only 40 card main deck. I want to keep my deck concise and only on 40. So at first we have 3 Airlifter. Very self-explanatory. The starter of the deck. You wouldn't want to run less copies of Airlifter. You need to have 3. And the next 2 Hydrant only. I do feel like 2 Hydrant is enough. I am not running the third copy because I do feel like that Sinful Spoils already makes the deck that consistent, and to the point that I don't need the third copy of Hydrant on this list. But it hurts your grind game if you don't run the third copy of Hydrant. But yeah, who cares if you have the commanding position to take over the game from the early stages of the game. You're pretty much good to go from there. And the next we have two Turbulence. I have thought of running 3 copies of this card, but I do feel like drawing 2 cards of Turbulence are very frustrating and very unlucky. That's why I only run 2. And then next, moving on to 2 of this Preventer. One of the very good cards here from the Duelist Nexus. It really gave some ceiling towards the rescue ace. And then for the sinful spoils, 2 Diabel Star. I thought that running 3 should be fine, but later on I have trimmed 2 copies only on this list. I do feel like 2 is the perfect number for the Diabel Star here. And then moving on for the hand traps, the 3 Ash Blossom. Triple Ash Blossom, even though you are not that very impacted by Maxi, I feel like that Ash Blossom should be mandatory here. And also, Ash Blossom devastates the rescue ace. So yeah, 3 copies of Ash. And then 3 Maxi. Self-explanatory. Best card on the OCG. And then 1 Veiler for a cross-out target as well, because I'm running cross-out. And also a good card to negate your opponent when you're going second. But sometimes Veiler can be lackluster. But yeah, it is better than running 0 copies for my cross-out. And then for the props, that's for later. For the spell cards, we have Triple Emergency. Best card of the rest case. I do predict that this card will go into 2 or 1 on the next ban list from the October. But right now, let's just abuse the emergency at 3 copies. And then next we have Rescue and Alert. Standard. And then moving on, 1 Field Spell. I thought of cutting this card on my deck. But yeah, the grind game of this card that it enables for you is very insane. You don't want to miss out on the recursion ability of this card. And then 3 of these Sinful Spoils, very mandatory, very insane on Rescue Ace. And then 1 of these, quite standard. You would only want to run 1 copy of this card only. And then 2 Called by the Grave, 2 Called by only. I do feel like that Called by should be very mandatory on Rescue Ace, because you want to prevent Ash Blossom. If I have 3 copies of this card, I would run it at 3 copies. But yeah, only 2. And then 1 Crossout Designator. Like I have said earlier, I'm running Veiler to just have a crossout target. And then next we have Super Poly. This is the spice on this deck list. I do feel like that Super Poly should be main deck on my deck list because there's a lot of Tearlaments and also on mirror matches RSKs, Fire, Dark, and those attributes dominant decks are really struggling around Super Poly. Even though the rogue decks like Unchained are struggling against Super Poly. So yeah, I think Super Poly should be a very good card here on my deck list, on my main deck. And one Rota for starter as well. And then Prosperity. Sometimes the deck kinda breaks when you have drawn the high level monsters on this list like Preventer and Turbulence. So yeah, you want to have cards like Prosperity to fix your hand card. And the next one, we have Talent. So the format is kinda hand trap oriented. You have Ghost Bell, you have DD Crow, you have Veiler that are running around the format. That's why you want to have answers on those cards. And then 2 Imperm. Cross out target as well. But yeah, I'm really looking for my 40th card on this deck list. So yeah, I have run 2 copies of Imperm. And then the Contain Extinguish, very insane cards on Rescue Ace. So 40 card main deck, short and concise. And then moving on, we have my side deck. We have 2 Dimension Shifter, very insane against Tearlaments, against Purrely, against Adamantipator, Earth Good Stuff, even the roguish decks like Dragon Link and Sprite Tribe Brigade are really struggling around Shifter. And I do feel like the Shifter will go into 1 on the next ban list, but right now 2 copies are very good here on my side deck. Next, we have 2 copies of Lancea. I will put this card on 3 copies if I'm going to such bigger events that are Rescue Ace, heavy metagame dominant tournament. But right now, on Neo League, there's only a handful of Rescue Ace players that are playing. That's why I opted to just run 2 copies of Lancea. But if there are more Rescue Ace players, I would put this Lancea 3 because Lancea is your silver bullet against Rescue Ace in order to prevent your turbulence, the opponent's turbulence from resolving. So yeah, Lancea is a very good card right now on the format for me. And the next, we have 2 Retaliating Sea. Very insane against Branded and also distinctly good against Purrely. I also had an idea to run this 3 copies, but only 2. I do feel like 2 is enough. And the next, we have 2 Droll and Lockbird. The combo decks resurgence are not a joke on this format. There's been a lot of Manadium. There's a lot of synchro decks that are running around on the format, like the Synchron Adventure Diabel Star or Sinful Spoils. So is Adventure Rose Tenyi, Sinful Spoils. Those decks are running on the format right now. That's why you have to have countermeasures against combo decks like Droll and Lockbird. And the next, we have DD Crow. I am not running Bestials on this side deck because I feel like DD Crow is more versatile than Bestial, on my opinion. But yeah, I think I want to have answers for Tearlaments as well and other decks that can be hurt by DD Crow. And the next 2, Ghost Bell. This is particularly for Labyrinth. You want to have Ghost Bell against Labyrinth. It is kinda good as well on Branded. And Ghost Bell is very versatile right now in the format. It can hurt a lot of decks. That's why I opted to run Ghost Bell here. And then 2 copies of Evenly Match. Just to respect control decks in general. You want to have cards that can survive the Runic and control decks like Dynamorphia and Eldritch. Those decks are popular on the Philippines. Many players are playing Floodgate decks on Philippines. That's why I need to respect them. Even though that I am not playing Harpy's Feather Duster. Because I'm confident that I can play through some of the Floodgates right now in the format. I just want to have urgency to have on certain occasions to out some problematic cards on the format. And then Red Reboot as well because Labyrinth is a very tough matchup for Rescue Ace. Usually, it outgrinds you on the longer game. That's why I want to have Red Reboot just to answer Labyrinth. And the next on my extra deck, 1 Relinquish Anima. for my Link 1, and then 1 Link Kuribu. So yeah, self-explanatory, standard. And the next, for my Link 2, Hita, very nice as well on the format, on the mirror match as well, very effective. And then Sunlight Wolf. And the next we have Proxy F Magician, because I'm running the Madragon Fusion on this list. I want to protect my Turbulence from resolving. I opted to run the Proxy F and Madragon over the Synchro package because resolving Turbulence is the most important thing on this deck, to be honest. And this deck is also prone to many hand traps like Veiler and Imperm. That's why I have the urgency to play Proxy F and Madragon on this list. And the next we have Nightmare Phoenix to out Floodgates and back row. And then IP Mascarena. And the next we have SP Little Knight, very insane card. I don't know why Konami printed this card, to be honest. It is very ridiculously strong on this metagame. So yeah, these are for my Link 2s. And then for my Link 3, we have Nightmare Unicorn and Hit Soul. Because I'm running IP, so yeah, Unicorn should be here. And then for my Link 4, we have Access Code Talker, just to finish games on this list because surprisingly, you can just link climb fast on this deck. I didn't anticipated that fast link climbing before from my Rescue Ace deck. But yeah, it is quite capable to link climb. And then for my Super Poly targets, Starving Venom, Dragostapellia, and Mud Dragon Fusion for my Proxy F. So these are very nice Super Poly targets right now. Starving Venom hurts a lot of dark oriented decks, and Dragostapellia can be very massive against Tearlaments, and Mud Dragon as well. Very versatile card as a Super Poly target. So these are my Super Poly targets. And then the last card, Typhoon, the Doomsday. Very, what do you call this? Situational, but it can come up on some matchups like Dragon Link and Manidium sometimes. So yeah, that sums up my video. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned a thing or two. And hit the subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed on my YouTube channel. And hit the like button if you like this kind of content. So see you on the next one. Peace.